All right, ladies and gentlemen, we made a brand new mage today, and we are queuing up for solo shuffle. We're experimenting today. This is the build that I'm playing. It's a heavy Icelands build, okay? This build is all about the Icelands, the Ring of Fire, the blizzards, the frozen orbs. It's an AoE slash cleave build, okay? Some people are into that, some people aren't into it. Today, I'm actually testing playing a lot more mastery, so I've opted for low haste, which is something a lot of mages don't like. Totally fine, I get it, haste is fun. But I think for Frost, crit and master are actually substantial increases to your damage, especially with how often you get icicles now. And the fact that Frozen Orb has actually been, you know, it's got some good modifiers on it, so it does decent damage. As you can see, like, these little icicles just like pooping out and cleaving. I'll show you guys. So that's just my orb damage. Let's see how much of that was icicles. So look at that, 15% of my damage is icicles without even casting. That's just with Ice Lance with some of these talents. So I think it's actually going to be like a really, really overall high damage build, but we shall see. So my lances that game, I got a 43k lance. So there's a few things that are really, really different about Frost Mage now. So these actually are some really, really important things. If you guys are wondering like why my lances are hitting so hard, I figured a few things out. They actually, with some of these talents, so with Wintertide and Sub-Zero, for example, you are heavily encouraged to actually munch your procs, is what you used to call it. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? So before, as a Frost Mage, let's see if I can get a bunch of procs. Before, as a Frost Mage, you'd have to decipher what's the best way to use these procs. So what you want to do here in this situation is you'd want to Lance, and then you'd want to Frostbolt. Oh, you'd want to Lance again, then you want to Frostbolt. Okay, I'm getting a lot of procs randomly. Dude, it's so crazy. Icicles give you Ice Lance procs. It's so crazy, but yeah, you'd want to dump your Ice Lance procs, and then you'd want to use your Flurry so you can get more procs. Now it's actually different. Now, in PvP, at least in my opinion, when you have full procs, instead of dumping all your Fingers of Frost, you actually want to overlap them because they do more damage. So like, if I get a Flurry proc, 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 there we go. You actually want to Flurry first, and then dump your lances in, and they hit harder that way. Which is, it feels weird at first, but yeah. You're actually incentivized to overlap your procs because it makes it do more damage. If you want to burst harder with Ice Lance, you do that. Do you like Warlocks? On me, totally fine. Oh my god, this build is gonna be so fun as Mage Lock. Holy shit, dude. Look at the cleave damage. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, well I guess we figured out the build. Do you have a link to the build? It's right here. Go and check it out. BBM. $200K. Knocked everyone in the open. Okay. Overall damage was pretty high there. 200K glacial. What the frick, man? And what's interesting about the glacial spikes now is you don't actually have to cast frost bolts to build icicles. Building a wall. The wall. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, solo shuffle wall is like one of your best tools. I think not playing ice wall is really troll. And this again. Drop out and runs in. Knock them all. Casting Blizzard. Big glacial spike. Oh yeah, baby, we're back. Walls up again.
Yes.
I'll sheep the lock here, actually. I have a huge glacial. I think we're ending the game right here with this glacial. You're not, but good damage at least. World, tongues. Walk to A. Dropping Ring of Fire. Dropping Ring of Frost. Send these guys off the side of the map. Sending a huge glacial here in a sec. Biggest glacial in the whole universe. Wait, he's dead, he's dead. Ring of Fire. Ring of Frost. Spell? Oh my god, these guys are getting cleaved so bad, dude. Hit me? I have another glacial here. I'm gonna set up the glacial here. Setting up the glacial. Big damn. Send that guy home. Kill the Siphene. Big damn. I'm just like a DPS with. I don't. It's weird. This playstyle of Mage is like, it's very different. It's like a high damage build, you know. It reminds me of like Fire on Wrath of Lich King. They're more about like just overall damage than control. Big damn. Huge glacial. He's dead. Oh! Should be bubble. I've gotten bubble because of ice wall like 5 times in this game, dude, I swear. Thank you. Wall. Look how much cleave damage I do. It's actually insane, I swear.
Get in there and fight! Stop hiding!
Big glacial here. Pally, maybe? Bring a fire. Really hoping he doesn't die. I don't think he dies. So this is where I get to like just tee off, which is really nice. And I have an Ice Nova, which is like the most damage ever here. Oh, I goofed it, bro. Dead anyways. I goofed it. Okay, we went 6-0 this one. Going the Glacial Spike got us 6 wins in a row. I mean, we're low MMR, but how's 40% stamina feel? It feels really good. The 40% stamina change as like a little bit of an update, I like it a lot. I like it a lot, yeah. Yesterday, I felt like you did no damage. Today, you're doing... Well, I actually learned a lot about talents. Yeah, so there's... Yeah, playing different talents and playing different secondary stats. I think for Frost Mage... Believe it or not, it's very important that you play a lot of crit. Crit is your best stat in PvP, or crit is your best stat in PvE by far. And I actually think with this like Lance build, it's very important as well. In PvP. I think you have to play more crit, and honestly, Mastery is good too. What'd you drop for Spike? Ray? Yeah, I'm not playing Ray. So basically the idea behind this build is if I'm being trained, I can still do a lot of damage with Orb, Instant Blizzard, Ring of Fire, and Ice Lance, right? So I do Ice Lances, I can do Flurries, I can do Ice Novas. I have a lot of instant damage. But the good thing about having Glacial Spike is when people ignore you, you're a threat. So that's the nice thing about it. It can be really hard to get off, but you don't necessarily have to get it off to do damage. But it's really, really nice that if you're ignored, you can just really punish them, you know? So this build I'm pretty happy with overall. It's fun. And I think that's one thing that's really important, right? Is like the more I play Dragonflight, the more I understand the talents more. I feel like I'm enjoying it a lot more. So it's good.